if they did have a wet setup, they will not be sharing it live on stream because we have begun now.
So the first.
Oogie, your league admin here, of PSGL FP, what can we expect here tonight? What are you hoping from tonight?
I think it's gonna. Let's hold on. Let's see the cards. Tom AJ is gonna be interesting to watch. Haas and Flying Froome in the Haas will be interesting, as well as Jack Talon in the Force India.
Oh, right, Oogie. And, you've bottled it constantly, year in, year out, season in, season out, What does it take to get a result from you? You had a fifth last week. Can you build on that? Because, the fans want to see some improvements. And, I feel it's time you owe it to them, ahead of tonight's race.
If it's dry, I'll try. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard.
Alright, that's great. Well, I'm going to join Big C now. So thank you for your thoughts, Oogie, and all the best. I'll ask. Big C, the stream is on. Just so you know.
Good evening. Good evening. I'll get it shared in a few places.
I think Lordy Boy wanted to listen in.
As long as he's listening, Aaron.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm not talking.
No, we can ask him a few questions if necessary.
That's fine.
Yeah, so viewers are trundling in, aren't they? 8 viewers already. This would be our peak viewage figures back in the early days.
Yeah, definitely, Aaron. Luckily, it's already 8 o'clock, so hopefully we can kick things off at this legendary circuit. And could see Abiodun in the chat after his one race suspension. So I think we were waiting for Fraggle Paul, Aaron. Fraggle Paul, a man you know very well.
Yeah, man, he's a big fan of Alexa Bliss.
Indeed. And here we have Lordy Boy, who will be offering occasional insights throughout the day.
Yeah. Just a word, Lordy. You've been on the PSGL site for a long time. What does this league mean to you? What does racing in PSGL mean to someone like you, who's given a large proportion of your life to this website?
Well, I think the best thing to take on board with GL is you need to find that balance of obviously enjoying it and trying and performing to your capabilities, but also not taking it too seriously, because a lot of people can get too enveloped in everything, and it does get a bit overwhelming. But no, it's been all right. A long 5 years, something like that. But it'll get old. But no, it has been enjoyable, and the community is good.
At what point do you retire?
I don't know. I don't think anyone can answer that question, really. I think I could ask you the same one, really, mate.
Well,
you've been
you
around
asked me that, mate. You'll be kicked out of the party.
We've been around for a long time, and I think the majority of people who have been around, felt like we wanted to leave or we've had enough. But there's just that sort of togetherness about GL. There's a lot of nice faces, a lot of nice people. It's more than just racing, especially if you are involved in multiple leagues or not just F1.
Well, one thing that the great Tejur said, site administrator, set up the F1 leagues on PSGL many years ago. It was community first, racing second, and some may argue that may have been lost somewhere along the line. But if you find the right league, you'll be all set to go, and we are set to go here tonight, Big C, around the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit.
Yeah, about time. So, a legendary circuit. Obviously, the Drivers' Championship with AMS here and leading the way by 13 points. And he's decided to finally put himself in the slowest car. Well, arguably the slowest car for this race in the Williams. So he's 13 points clear of CC Brain, who I believe is actually absent tonight.
Yeah,
It'll
well,
actually be interesting to see how that plays out because 4 races to go of the 21st PSGL season. So yeah.
And Big C, have you shared the stream in the various PSN
No,
chats?
Aaron, I was just listening to Lawley's insightful
that's
words
fine.
first.
Yeah.
So I can do that now.
No, I can do it. If you want to take the one of the drivers through on the out nap, I don't mind slapping it in a few of the
That's
chats.
fine. And a quick question from Game Freaker Lordy. Do you think you can win a race this season still, considering your shocking form and lack of practice?
Well, I thought Germany was that race, to be honest with you. I thought my pace on all tyre compounds was phenomenal. You know, started the race with a broken front wing after a collision with Warren Haig.
Yeah,
Big C made up a pit stop on everybody.
Sorry to interrupt. The Bomb has joined the session. I don't know who that is, Big C, but...
Yeah, I don't believe he's in the league, so that's an interesting... Maybe it's Cloudy Balloons finding his way in, as usual. But yeah, sorry to interrupt you there, Lordy, but I'm afraid the qualifying is about to begin. So 17 drivers here for the legendary Spa. So again, we'll have a quick shout outs to people who are watching on the stream, the likes of Onto the Podium, Abiodun, of course, the likes of Game Freaker, Jack Tyler, Anthony Haig, but also Alan in Ballymoney, who hopefully will be joining us again as he did last week, cheering on the likes of Goldie Anamanu. So an interesting qualifying session ahead, cloudy conditions, perhaps there's some rain in the air, super soft tyres. The softest tyre brought to this race last year, it was the ultra soft, so this year we are comfortable one soft strategy from the super soft to the softs or even the mediums. And of course we can't forget Lickle Blocks also in the chat, and as well as Ian Simcox, aka Simo.
Yeah, and Big C, one man who's taken to track here, Jack Tyler, you know, impressive recently in FP, won a race not so long ago at Germany. He's out there in the Force India at the moment, and you know, what will he be looking to do at the moment? Put some tyre temperature? Because it does look like we've got some cool conditions here tonight.
We certainly do, and look, his clothes has gone to the back of Ashbest. He wants the dirty air of that McLaren, but you know, Ashbest, the Force India thrive on circuits such as Spa, because if you're quick at Spa, you're quick at tracks like Monza, you know, the straights, the long straights. He's got the Mercedes power and low drag, so yeah, Jack Tyler will be one to watch here as he's got that Mercedes power unit.
No, I agree with you completely, Big C. Look at Jack Tyler. He's wrenching that Force India around. And it's going to be a quick car around here. You know, he's got an impressive power unit, as he said. So we'll see what he can do on his first flying lap. So we're going to stay with Jack Tyler. There's other drivers out there, but Jack Tyler is the man who deserves the airtime. He asks for airtime. He begs for airtime. Rumours about a potential retirement from Jack Tyler, but he is staying with us on PSGL. You know, we do value what this man has to offer in this league.
I couldn't agree any more, Aaron, or any less. So yeah, Jack Tyler will take us through the first lap back at the legendary Spa circuit, Spa-Francorchamps, situated in the Ardennes Forest as he comes through the bus stop chicane for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, you can just see the way he's just coming out of that bus stop chicane. You know, he's struggling a little bit on traction, but as he approaches the braking point down to turn one, sweet as you like, Big C, and now he's coming to one of the most legendary corners. Take us through this, Big C.
As Kingdom Martin is already out, perhaps he's had a moment at Eau Rouge, but yeah, Jack Tyler tackles Eau Rouge through Radion, takes a bit of curve and runs wide here, and perhaps he's unbalanced his lap time. I think he has, as yellow flags are also out there. Look at Kingdom Martin on the side, he's lost it.
Oh my goodness.
He's wrecked.
That's awful, Big C. I'm going to go back on board with Ashbest, who I believe is further up the road, and he is on a flying lap, Big C, in the McLaren Renault here. He's going through some tight, twisty corners, very off-camber. We'll have an onboard shot. You know, look at the misty conditions here, Big C. Drivers cannot see what's in front of them as Ashbest goes through Pouon here.
Yeah, he does indeed. He's tackling back. Oh, he turns in way too early. He runs wide up Pouon. So yeah, Ashbest all over the place. But we've got he's out of qualifying as well here, and they're all struggling with these slippy conditions. You can see a little bit of moisture on the circuit. Perhaps the fog is just adding a little bit of dampness to the circuit.
No, definitely, Big C. I don't know what.
And he just came through the Fania chicane, through Camberson, now through Stavelots as he comes through the flat out right hander. It's called the Paul Frere corner. So yeah, using that Renault engine, obviously he's not got much horsepower, but I think he's backed out of it. He has. So I think we'll find someone else.
Okay, and You know, there's one man who I do want to see here this evening, Giuliano Manu, Big C. You know, does want to renew his challenge, you know, for the FP title. Currently 5th or 6th in the standings, but it's never too late in FP to make a mark. And look at that, Sauber absolutely sliding out of the final corner, Big C.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Giuliano Manu and Tuesday nights, but he's in the mood. And as JP Greenwood is out as well, they're all struggling. The likes of JP, Barton, and Grigos, but is Ugi Azim. Ugi Azim with the 44.6, 2 cents clear of nickel blocks.
Oh, Big C! Oh. JP's car at the side. Oh, that's awful. Oh dear, we just saw. Oh dear, that looks awful, Big C. But Giuliano Manu negotiates Blanchimont well, a little slide at the rear. Can he negotiate the bust-up chicane well? Goes down to 2nd gear. He's got a lot of ERS remaining, so maybe he hasn't used as much as he could have that. But Giuliano Manu to the line. He's fastest. He's fastest. It's pole position for Giuliano Manu.
What a lap from Giuliano Manu. The Northern Irishman is on provisional pole position, but there's a lot of drivers out there, such as the Liquid Blocks, but he's back to AMS here, and Kerr currently P4. And there's more yellow flags out in Sector 1. Who is it? Who is it?
I don't know. I think Tom was slowing. I think Ash Best may be on another one, Big C. I don't know.
Yeah, he's done a 30.2 in the middle sector as he comes through the tricky Fania chicane, through Stab a lot as well. Easy to lose the car, he's oversteering, reminiscent of his driving style on F1 2017, through where JP class, through the pole for air corner, as on the run down to Blanchimont, using all the juices from that Renault engine.
Oh, you're right about that, Big C. Of viewers flooding. We're up to 18 viewers. You know, if they haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. But Ash Best goes back into the pits like a war.
Yeah, Aaron Fragglepool's off. Fragglepool is off, as we've got to say, Aaron, a special guest in the case. Insane like how is in the chat.
Well, I would like to send a special message to Insane Like Howies, a very missed member of the PSGL community, one of the finest breeds produced on the PSGL site. But who else is out there, Big C? I don't know who to go with.
AMS, I think.
Oh,
AMS and MK are on laps, but it is Jack Tyler on pole position by half a second there, and one lap from JT, but AMS will be the next one.
Yeah, and we'll see what AMS
Boxy
can
box.
do. Oh, rubbish.
Box doing.
Rubbish.
That's Giuliano Manu. Aaron, Giuliano Manu, he's off. He's off the circuit. He's out.
Giuliano!
He's beached it.
Oh, no.
He's beached it.
Oh,
he's
no,
beached it on the curb.
Oh, awful. Awful. Giuliano Manu. Who would have thought it? Oh, Big C. This man. King of the bottle jump.
I can't believe it. It's a disgrace for the Sauber team, seeing their car disqualified. P17 out-qualified by the likes of JP.
I've just gone on board with Jack Tyler and he's just cut the first chicane, looking to get back to the pits very early. But lots of people struggling to set times. Should we have a little look at Sophie? We don't give her much airtime. She's recently joined as part of the league, taking whatever car she can get her hands on, Big C.
Yeah, definitely. Lordy, can you tell us more about Robot Sophie's qualities on the circuit?
Well, I wouldn't know too much because I haven't spoken to her personally, but she does seem like a very quick driver, especially contending in FP. You know, there is a lot of mixed bag of drivers in there, and there's some very quick contenders.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But Aaron, look at that. Only 5 drivers have set a lap time. Like of Fragglepool struggling at the likes of Pujon, while Tom AJ, who has just quit the F2 League, suddenly will be looking to find his form again tonight here at Spa.
Well, hopefully, Big C, but I'm going to go on board with Warren Haig first of all, because he's further above to start his lap as he goes down the Camel Straight in the Red Bull tag.
Yeah, Aaron, I agree. It's through the Lecon chicane, tackling hard as he comes through Malmedy, has to tip the car slightly, easy to run right to go at Warren Egg. You know, he's been around this circuit 4 times and I've had hot dinners. So yeah, Warren Egg tackling the car, tackling the circuit beautifully in the Red Bull. This is where
Sorry, losing Big C there slightly on the audio. But I'm taking over here as we go through Puon, and he goes through that 170 miles an hour. Sorry, Big C, your video is fucking up, mate.
Unreliable commentary from Big C.
He's babbling on. But with Warren Haig at the moment, it's a good lap so far. Big C is out of the way for the time being, but Warren Haig flying down the back straight here as we reach Blanchimont. But Big C will be back very shortly, and that is absolutely fantastic from Warren Haig. Can he get the braking spot on here at the bus-stop chicane? He can. Oh, a bit touchy on the brakes. He's coming around on the red tyre. Surely he's got to put this car up there, at least on the front row. Warren Haig, he does. Front row, P2. And Lordy, you know a lot about Warren Haig. You know.
Yes, I do know a lot about Warren Haig. He's been in the league for the same amount of time as I have. He's a very reliable driver. I did have an altercation with him twice at Germany, which is a shame because he normally is quite leading. Yeah. But you know, in FP, you know, when you've got the faster of the cars, you know, some people just shine because they've got that talent.
He's good, isn't he?
That racecraft.
I've got to get Big C back into the party very quickly, so it's just gonna go onto that screen there.
Absolutely fine. You know, is it moist conditions out there in Belgium?
No, it's dry at the moment, and Tom AJ, a man struggling for form, has just pumped it onto the front row. What can Fraggle Paul do? What can he do? Probably thinking about Alexa Bliss as he goes around the circuit. And Ash Bestie's back out there as well, getting ready to start at that time. So we're just going to go back on board with some of the other drivers. Mr. Grumpy's done a good lap, up into 4th, you know, in the Renault. But, you know,
Excellent.
Haas is a very good car, so... And it's good to see Tom and Flying Frame right there. Jack Tyler also doing very well. But at the moment, you know, a lot of people yet to set. At that time, we've got 4 casualties already, which is quite interesting. So we're going to stay on board with Fraggle Paul here as we ride down the Kemmel Straight.
Just going back to earlier here, and it was tricky conditions at the start of the qualifying session, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think there's a bit misty. I don't think there's any moisture out there. Oh no, I think Fraggle Paul may have just cut that corner there. Surely he's got to abort.
Well, yeah, like going back, you know, a lot of people spinning off, you know, and a Jolly Oliver who's, you know, supposed to be an expert in, you know, mixed conditions, and, you know, for him to just bottle it like that was just embarrassment, you know, to the Sauber team. And I just thought I'd point that out just to make sure that his contract might be terminated after this race if it carries on.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what can happen, but Fraggle Paul still fighting on, ebbing his way through the circuit, and I just don't know where he's going to put it. You know, this man's recently transformed himself into a no-assist racer, but here we go, Fraggle Paul down the back straight. He's going to be heading into Blanchimont on this Renault-powered car, but he doesn't seem to be running much wing on it, so it has got great top end, as we can see on the dashboard. At the bottom right hand of a screen, 199 miles an hour, he's up to 201 as he brakes for the bus-stop chicane, gets the car slowed down very nicely. No, he's not going to set a lap time, so a few disappointments out there. And what about Ugi Azim? He's put it on the front row in the meantime, so good lap from Ugi Azim. Jack Tyler's out there looking to see if he can improve on his time, and I think we have got Big C back. If I...
Testing.
Yeah, you're back.
I'm just going to get in the lobby, so give me a minute.
That's alright, but Jack Tyler not on a flying lap at the moment, so it's a very quiet session at the moment. AMS in the Williams, he's now down to 9th, so we're going to go on board with him. I believe he's on a flying lap at the moment in the Williams. You know, AMS Kerr, as some people call him. You know, we don't know much about AMS. You know, he's never spoken to us on the mic, never given us a podium interview, doesn't have a mic, too shy to speak to people like Big C and Aaron. But here we go, AMS through Blanchimont, 205 miles an hour in the Williams as he reaches the braking point for the bus-stop chicane. Sweet as you like. And a little slide on exit, but he won't lose too much as he crosses the line at 7th, 5 tenths of pole position. So if you want a Williams at any track, it would be this one, wouldn't it, Big C?
Yeah, I think it's quite a nice car selection for me. There's probably worse cars like McLaren, so it's good from AMS.
Yeah, a man who possesses a lot of experience. But he is the only man out there on the circuit for the time being, so we'll just see what he's thinking at the moment. You know, he'll be happy with that. You see Jolie on the menu, one of his closest challengers, you know, having to start from the back of the grid, so this will be a blessing in disguise for a man like AMS, you know. quite a conservative driver, isn't he, Big C? You know, not very aggressive, which is good. You know?
No.
That's what you want.
I think everyone has their own style, so you've got to respect that. But perhaps there's a fine line, I think, between aggression and dirty driving.
No, I agree. And that's why not many people from F2 will probably get promoted to F1. So here we go. AMS riding back to the pit. Surely there's going to be other drivers out there at the moment. So we've got Mr. Grumpy flying Frome flying out of the pits. So Mr. Grumpy here, you know, last week's winner at Hungary after 5 consecutive DNFs. So Mr. Grumpy looking for an upturn in fortune, and you know what would mean to this man, Big C, a man of this type of experience, to, you know, get up there on the grid. You know, it would mean a lot to him, wouldn't it? Especially at his age, you know, creeping into his 30s. You know, one last bang, one last hurrah, Big C. You know, this is what he needs.
Yeah, I guess so. But the thing with Mr. Grumpy, he just keeps on going. He's up for the fight. If there's one man who can fight, it's Mr. Grumpy. So I don't know. I think he's got his eye on many more seasons, many more wins. I think he'll be here long before the likes of us do. But yeah, yellow flag's out again in the middle sector. I
wonder who they're for, Big C. Could it be for Oogie Azim? It's not Oogie Azim. We'll go back on board with Mr. Grumpy. Is Haig on a lap? No, Haig's about to start one. We'll stay on board with Haig and then go to Grumpy. And Big C, can you not join?
No, I'm in the lobby.
Alright, that's great. Do you want to take us through this
no
lap?
one was on laps. That was the thing. No one was on laps due to just the length and breadth of this legendary circuit. But it is Warren Haig in the Red Bull Renault into last source here, and he just missed the apex a enormous amount as where Sophie comes out of the pits. But yeah, Warren Haig, this is where it's going to be painful for the Red Bull drive. This Renault's got no power. It just can't make the most of that fuel. So he comes up through Radion, Rugen Radion, of course, and comes down the Camel straight here, and DRS wide to do all of that.
That's what you need, Big C. You know, you've got to point that car to the left-hand side to get the maximum turn in for this corner. He negotiates the apex very well as he drifts a little bit wide at the Coon. But here we go. Oh, beautiful from Warren Haig approaches a braking zone into this very off-camber corner, Big C. I don't know its name, but it's very off-camber, isn't it? One of the most off-camber corners you'll ever see on an F1 circuit as he approaches Pouhon here, Big C. 180 miles an hour.
Yeah, it is. Gear out. He keeps in gear out. I'll go for gear 7. But you know, he's just chucking that guy. He's fighting the wheel. JPS, I thought, with those steering wheels as he comes through the Fania chicane. You know, easy to lose the car, easy not to run wide, but I think Warren Haig is tackling it beautifully. Obviously, the Red Bull chassis working beautifully as we come through Stavelot corner on the long run down to Blanchimont. Obviously, now can pull through Paul Frere onto Blanchimont. So, yeah, and obviously, we'll be losing chunks of time to the Mercedes and Ferrari power cars, but you know, that Red Bull has got the downforce.
And Big C, so, you know, is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's Warren Haig as he comes into the heavy braking zone here at the bus stop chicane. He negotiates that well. Surely he's going to improve on his lap time. Where can he put it? 3/10 is the distance from him and Pole. And he goes fastest.
Fraggle Ball just lost it at Pouhon here, and Mr. Grumpy's also lost it in the final sector before the pole for air corner. So it's all going on. But here in Warren Haig, what a lap.
Flying Frome, Big C. Flying Frome in 5th. He's going to be one of the next cars to cross the line here.
He's got no earth left. He's used all his juices. But what can Flying Frome produce in the Haas? And it's pole. It's pole for Frome.
Who else is out there? Surely Oogie Azim? No, who's closest to
Tom AJ is next, but I think he's about to start another lap, so we'll forget about Grumpy return to the pits.
No,
he's
he
out
can't.
Of qualifying.
He can't. Tom AJ's too late. So Jack Tyler.
Aaron Kerr.
Oh,
8th.
Rubbish. What
Who
about
else?
Jack? Oh, what about Licker? Where's he? No, he's too far behind. We'll stay with Oogie Azim. Forget the others for the time being. Only 10 people left in this session, Big C.
Yeah, it is. It is an enthralling qualifying section now. It's livened up in the final pole. Aaron Jack Tyler is on a personal best lap time, and I believe he is fighting for this pole position. He's on for pole position, is Jack Tyler, as he comes through the bush stop chicane. DRS wide open as he negotiates it between Jack Tyler, VJ Mario's on. Can he take pole position here at Spa? And he does, Aaron, where Giancarlo Fisichella took pole. It's Jack Tyler. 9 years down the line.
Well, it is, Big C. Jack Tyler wasn't born back then, but here we go. Oogie Azim, a man who's lived through blood, sweat and tears. This man just does not give up. The Rawalpindi Express to the line, and he goes fourth. He goes fourth. It's a second race start, Big C, but there are other drivers out there. Little blocks. What about... Oh, somebody else has pumped out there.
Ash goes sixth in the McLaren, so a decent out there from Ash West, but I'm not sure, Aaron, who else can improve.
Sophie currently 11th, 1/10 more, and she will knock AMS out of the top 10. What can she do? And she does. That's crucial for AMS. Fresh tyres. But who else, Big C? Surely...
Dano, Aaron. Dano in P13 in the Red Bull. Haig currently third in the other Red Bull.
Little Blocks goes fifth. Little Blocks has gone fifth in the Williams. But Dano, Big C.
Yeah, Dano, the most experienced FP veteran, he goes P6 in the Red Bull, a few 4/10 shy of Warren Haig. But Aaron, it is Jack Tyler on pole position by 0.3 of a second.
Unbelievable. Jack Tyler. Oh, that is exciting stuff here. You know, Spa Francorchamps produces action left, right and centre. And it is Jack Tyler on pole. You know, I can't quite believe it. I feel like saying it again. Jack Tyler on pole position for the PSGL FP Belgian Grand Prix here on a cold Tuesday night at the Bet 365.
Fantastic there from JT in the Force India. He was considering his future in PSGL, but you know, it's his second career pole position. And Warren Haig, as was said, it is the lap of his career, the lap of his life. But Aaron, yeah, Jack Tyler on pole position with a 43.4, a couple of tenths ahead of Froome in second in the Haas, third for Haig, fourth for Ugi Azim. Little Rock's probably one of the stars of qualifying, only 3/10 off in the Williams. Dano, Ashbez, NK, Tom and Grumpy round out the top 10, Aaron. Sophie went 11th, 10th at one point, but she's been demoted back to 11th with AMS, also with 3 titles. But interestingly, Aaron, 7/10 between Licker and AMS. AMS says Williams is the worst car. Perhaps he's just not extracting the maximum with Fraggle, Bugatti, JP, Kingdom Martin, and Aaron. Joliana Manu beached it on the curb and got disqualified.
Awful. Rubbish.
I couldn't agree anymore. And Lord, you know, it was an exciting qualifying session. But, you know, the first half of Spa, it's so easy to make overtakes, but also damage your car. So what are your tips for the first lap at Spa?
Tips for the first lap at Spa: avoid everything you can physically possible. I don't think it's just in terms of Spa. I think on any track, you just want to get out of the danger. I think taking a wide line into turn 1, if you want to be ultra cautious, would be a smart move. You know, there's a lot of runoff area, and I don't think you will be penalised by the stewards for running wide there, just to be cautious.
Yeah, so thank you, Lordy. Obviously, a man who won the Belgian Grand Prix back in season 14, ahead of home hero Fanis and Iran, who also joined him on the podium back then. So yeah, the formation lap will be a long 2-minute plus formation lap, so a time to take a drink, take some fluids in before a long race.
I agree, Big Sam. It gives us time to talk about our successes here in the PSGL F1 League with a combined 10 championships between us. You know, it's a track where we've both won on numerous occasions. Was it 4 for you?
Yeah, 4 for me, I think 3 for you. So, you know, it's a track that it's just where our names are just engraved on parts of the circuit where we've just dominated.
They do call this my playground, Big C. They do call this my
They
playground.
do, but, you know, Ash Best has won the last 2 F1 Grand Prix round Spa, so... You know, Ash Best certainly loves this circuit, but Aaron, you've not won since season 8. Well, I've not won since season 13, so times have certainly moved on and left us behind. But quite a few disqualifications already there. Perhaps there'll be a few more stewards posts, as we saw in F2. A couple of drivers reported for messing around on the formation lap. Could you perhaps share any more insight to that?
Well, I mean, idiots are going to be idiots. You know, there's not much else we can say about that. You know, you get dirty drivers and you get very dirty drivers, and unfortunately F2 has extremely dirty drivers, so you can't escape from it. So, you know, it is what it is. It's like racing in a cesspit of snakes, and, you know, I feel like that place is going to finish me off, if I'm honest with you. But we're here tonight to enjoy the Performance League around Spa as Warren Haig leaves the session on the formation lap, so we may see a restart here in the FP League, so Warren Haig departing, too nervous to face the start lights here tonight, Big C.
Yeah, I agree. So perhaps there will be a restart. We'll see what happens with Warren Haig. But a quick question, Game Freak asks, what is your future in PSGL? Will you be in F2 next season?
I don't know, mate. We'll see. You know, I want to enjoy Christmas. That's all I'm saying.
I couldn't agree anymore. So I think we'll be likely to restart. I'm just waiting for a message from the likes of Ugi Azim and AMS, who obviously will be calling it, but it'll be soft tyres for Sophie and AMS. But also, Aaron, interesting enough, a lot of guys involved in contact, so their tyres will be warm on the start, which obviously will affect them. But Jolyon and Manu will have very warm tyres.
Yeah, there's people getting disqualified from the session here because I don't know what's happening.
I'm not sure, perhaps they're taking it a bit too slowly, or they're not disciplined enough. I'm not too sure what's going on here, but it's very strange to see so many drivers disqualified. But yeah, well, it's a shame for Warren Hague. Disconnected, he says.
In a disconnection on a formation that, it technically it's not started a race according to the rule book, so a restart can be initiated via the league admins, but I don't know what their stance is on this. I think they should
clarify. It's at the league admin's discretion, I believe, is what Hulkenberger clarified as. So you take us through the start.
Okay, we're waiting for the 5 red lights. They are going to be underway here. Jack Tyler on pole is flying through alongside him, and we are lights out and away we go. Jack Tyler does get away well, and through the middle is Warren Hague's AI car that's not in the race, but it's a good start from Jack Tyler. Gets away smoothly, flying through, gets away well. I don't know if there's any contact further behind. Doesn't look like it. I'm just going to go further down here at Eau Rouge here as we watch the Sauber of AMK go up there. It's looking very, very tetchy. Bixie, can you spot anything?
No, a very clean start there, but I think we've got on the run down to Lecom. I think there could be all sorts of actually got aspects have been destroyed by that other Renault. So, but yeah, Mr. going up to P7 already.
Yeah, oh God, someone's gone wide there. I think it's a Williams of AMS there taking the escape road. Jolyon Manu up into 11th, but there is a lot of action here. I'm just watching Joel down the inside of Tom AJ making the recovery drive here. He's moved up into 10th, and what an overtake from Jolyon Manu on an absolute charge. He's up into 9th, Big C.
Yeah, fantastic. Outstanding from Joel, from P17 up to P9 already.
Yeah, if we look at Ash Best here, Big C, is a massive gaggle of cars here on the opening lap.
Yeah, there definitely is a massive gaggle of cars, as you say, but it is Jack Tyler and Dano right behind Ash Best as well with Joel Manu. It's AMS and Warren Hague battling. AMS is getting past Warren Hague's go, Scott, of course, as Hague desperately tries to reclaim his vehicle.
Yeah, and I'm just on board here with Ash Best. He's the closest man to AMK at the moment, a 10th behind. Can Warren Hague get himself back into the race? Currently 12th, but Big C, Ash Best surely going to be looking an overtaking move. Jolyon Manu further behind's moved up into 8th, and Ash Best thinks better of it down into the chicane. And Jolyon Manu and Mr. Grumpy having a right scrap here, Big C.
Yeah, all right, old ding-dong Joel got around the arse of Longmore. Mr. Grumpy used all of his experience to try and get the move back into the bus stop chicane, but yeah, Joel's got the high ground and the move on the most experienced driver around.
Phenomenal stuff there, and we're going to go further.
Oh, contact here, JP and Sophie at the source. Yeah, stop a deserved stop-go penalty there for JP Greenwood. He's just been out of source recently in so many clickings, and he's
They're going to go side by
Sophie.
side, Big C. They're going to go side by side up Eau Rouge. I'm worried.
Who?
JP and Sophie. Oh, JP. Oh, he's wrenching the car. Oh, narrowly avoids the wall. And oh dear, I don't know if he's got a puncher, Big C. He's looking all out of sorts.
Yeah, Aaron side by side, Joel and Mr. Grumpy, but Mr. Grumpy can't get the move through Lecom, through Malmedy. Have to come down to the Brussels corner. Jolyon Manu's got the high ground. I think he's got the move, but Mr. Grumpy does tap him. But yeah, I think Joel has got the move and hope he can settle down as he looks to make progress through the field. More progress.
Yellow flags, Big C. Who is it? Is it JP?
No, it might have been Kingdom Martin. He's the only one in the first sector. But I'm not sure
someone's gone wide here. Dano and Ash Best. Oh, it's tight. And oh, what a move from Dano, one of the experienced legends of the FP League. Phenomenal racing here. And Ash Best slipping down here at the moment. But what about further up front? Flying Frame still stuck behind Little Blocks here. It's going to be interesting because those two may swap positions very shortly.
Yeah, but it's an outstanding drive so far from in the Williams car. AMS currently down in 10th and the other Williams. So the other Williams is performing beautifully around this circuit.
Ash Best Big C is having a little look at Dano, thinks better of it, slots in behind. So, but Dano's looking really racy. He's up against
Fraggle Paul looking to make a move into the muscle on Warren Hague's now back in the race, but Fraggle Paul's spun and Hague boxes already as DRS is now enabled.
Well, sad times. I don't know who to go on board with. We're going to stay on board with Ash Best right on the back here with Dano. Both Renault-powered cars, so it depends who's running what wings here, Big C.
Yeah, it is. Ash Best currently in 4. Engine Modano in 5 as Ash Best a little bit oversteer on entry through. Yeah, the next one, a little bit lag.
Yeah, he is lagging a little bit, but surely he's going to think about a little late braking. He's close enough. Ash Best, very mature, isn't he, Big C? You know, back the old Ash would just send it down the inside, but he's picking his battles very carefully now, really sizing up his opposition, really trying to build his credibility as a driver. It's not all about pace, it's not all about winning, it's about what you produce wheel to wheel, and it is a joy to watch Ash Best, one of PSGL's own, one of PSGL's rising stars, and it's brilliant to see what Ash Best produces on a weekly basis, isn't it, Big C, despite the struggles.
Yeah, despite I think he's one of the most naturally talented drivers we've actually had, and one of the best drivers over the last few seasons. So yeah, it's great to see him in action. Obviously in a McLaren car, which just has so much drag, and it is the slowest in a straight line.
Yeah, and you know who's joining the party here, Big C? Giuliano Manu.
Yeah, I think his lips are wetting. Joel's a hungry boy and he wants more positions, he wants more points as he looks to close on AMS in the Drivers' Championship. Obviously 4 rounds to go. Singapore, Brazil and Abu Dhabi as Dano is closed.
Flying Throne is having a go at Little. No, thinks better of it. We'll go back to Dano, Big C.
Yeah, Dano looking to make a move, surely not, and he doesn't. You know, very respectful there from Dano. Looks the quicker of the two
Giuliano Manu.
Yeah, he looks to do the old Martin Brundle switch back there. I think this is just a matter of time with that Ferrari power unit.
Yeah, I think Ash Best may not fight this one too hard, but Joel thinking better of it. There's battles everywhere. I don't know who to go on board with. Is Flying Throne close enough to Little here? I don't know. I'd rather see the one further behind. But we'll stay on board with...
Aaron, Jack Tyler's gone off, Aaron!
Oh,
Jack Tyler!
I've just caught that. Oh dear. Unbelievable. It's Oogie Azim. Oh, Mr. Grumpy!
The Fraggle Paul, Aaron! Fraggle Paul's now gone. They're all struggling with the tyres. They're out. They're all struggling, Mr. Grumpy. But Oogie Azim up to P3 as Liquidbox fence off thrown for the lead. But Aaron, it was just shocking from Jack Tyler and Mr. Grumpy. So easy to do on this game with the high ballast setups people are running.
Yeah, and Dano has got past AMK, so movements all around, and Jack Tyler nursing his way back. You know, oh, it's sad to see, isn't it? The man from pole position, and now he's only going to go backwards. He's got to make probably 2 stops. He could go on the mediums and maybe wrench it out to the end. But there you go, AMK negotiating Jack Tyler well. And yeah, poor Jack just got to find his fastest way back to the pit lane. But AMS probably delighted to pick up some more points. But further up front, the win...
Lickle's got wide.
Take us through this.
Yeah, Flying Throne looks the man to beat. He's got the same amount of first, but I think it's going to be see you later, mate. The old Wiley Fox Flying Throne struggling. He's hating F2, but he looks a different man in FP at the minute, and he takes the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix.
Yeah, but knowing Little, send one back down the inside. Not one to shy away from an overtaking move, but gets the braking spot. We see a lot of these drivers, you know, young, rash, hot-headed drivers, they miss their braking, but Little blocks definitely ironing that out of his game, showing some very good wheel-to-wheel etiquette here. And oh, I love the way he went deep into that corner. A phenomenal piece of action here, side by side through O'Rood. Surely not.
No, close your eyes, hold your breath, but his Leco blocks has got the balls, he's got the youth on his side, and he leads again. But further down, Joel's was ahead of Ash. Go here, Joel! Joel's gone off home, he's out here, he is out of the Belgian Grand Prix.
Oh no.
The virtual safety car has been deployed, sorry to interrupt there, but yeah, the virtual safety car is out.
Giuliano Manu is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. That is surely the FP title hopes down the drain. Another year passes, another season goes by, and Giuliano Manu disappoints once again. It's a shame to see, but life does go on. Is it a blessing in disguise for Jack, or not really? I don't know.
I think he might have gained a little bit of time from the but Aaron, I think his race looks done and dusted. I've just seen Alan storm out the Sauber garage. The man is disgusted as the virtual safety car has come to an end. So we're back racing. Liquidbox leading the way, 4 tenths ahead of Flying Throne.
Jesus. What a touchy start of the race. And Flying Froben, he will be feeling that he can win this race. Ugi Azim behind will feel he can win this race. Dano Big C up into 4th. Let's have a look at who's gained how many positions. Dano's gained 2, 8 for Bugatti, 6 for AMS.
Aaron, sorry, so what Flying Froben's going to try and overtake Nickelbox for the lead of the Grand Prix of Longimont, using all of the but I think Nickelbox will have the high ground. He's one of the latest on the brakes I've ever seen in my league racing career. Nickelbox got Frome has the balls to take the outside line and perhaps the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix, and he does take it, Aaron.
Yeah, but he's going to be vulnerable on the switch back to Lickle. Lickle will probably wait for the DRS and say, you know what, I'll stay close to your frame. But oh my goodness! Oh my goodness me! Oh dear! Heart in the mouth moment there, Big C. Heart in the mouth. But he's got to move down.
Yeah, and Daniel Ricciardo-esque dummy there from Nickelbox. It's going to be side by side through Eau Rouge, up to Eau. But yeah, Flying Froben backs out smartly. But Aaron Ugi Azim, he's waiting, he's sniffing the prey. He can feel this race when it's coming towards him with these two battling so hard.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Down on the brakes here. Who's going to be braver? Is it going to be Flying Frame? Is it going to be Lickle? Lickle will not want to back out here, but he has to. And Flying Frame has got to take that position and run. He's got the downforce through this middle sector to pull away. He's got to do it. He's got to do it, Big C.
Yeah, he has indeed. I think the box will be struggling. Obviously, the chassis of the Williams is very poor, so tyre will be affected. Ugi Azim, he's just a soft touch on those tyres, isn't he? He just knows how to work the tyres, how to look after them.
Yeah, but the problem is, Big C, the man can't look after himself. He can look after the tyres, but he just can't look after himself.
Yeah, even a good recovery so far from AMS, only 5 seconds off the lead, and he's on a soft set tyres.
Yeah, Fraggle Paul and Sophie are having a little tussle here, but yeah, Fraggle runs wide. We'll go back on board with Ugi Azim and the race leaders, because this is where the battle's at. But I think for Lickle, you know, the dream's over to winning a Williams as slow as car on the grid in FP is surely over.
Yeah, it's certainly looking to be a bit of a pipe dream for the young 14-year-old as Fraggle Paul picks up a time penalty.
On board with Ugi Azim here, but see, Lickle should pick up a little bit of DRS, but I think, you know, Flying Frame's got away and Lickle goes into the pit, so maybe an early undercut, that could be quite interesting. Yeah,
as Ashbest also decides to box the car, so MS will gain a couple of positions there as well. So yeah, it's all going on. The pit stop window is open. Obviously, Ugi Azim and Frome will go from super soft to softs. I'm not sure what the two guys who was pitted will have a quick look. Yeah, it's mediums there. It's mediums for these two guys. This Liquid is held for Ashbest's car.
Yeah, we're looking at Fraggle Paul here, Big C. You know, behind Sophie. I don't think much is going to happen. I don't think anything's going to happen. We'll see what Ashbest filters back out. Oh, behind Warren Haig. Warren Haig. Oh, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Aaron, sorry, just as Lickle, AMK went for the undercut on the medium, so Lickle boxes.
Oh,
Aaron, he's cold times.
Fucking hell. Oh. Oh my God.
A big one. I think he's okay, but yeah, Aaron, a big one there. So yeah, AMK takes the position. Aaron, it's just the cold, the challenge of Eau Rouge. Eau Rouge is now a difficult corner. Back in the day with the likes of Mr. Grumpy and Human Fish dueled it out back in the day. Eau Rouge is a challenge again. Radicon. It's a difficult corner.
It is, Big C. Sorry for the language there, guys, but Lickle Block's out of this race and we're absolutely gutted for him. And you know, a man who could have finished on a podium in a Williams out of this race. You know, what a shame to see AMS now up into third. So shows you that conservative, safe, you know, driving from AMS, you know, can certainly benefit drivers like him.
Yeah, Aaron, so it will be AMK, I believe, who will take the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix, but the likes of Froome and Ugi Azim will be looking to go on the soft tyres, and of course, don't worry about the likes of AMS as well.
Yeah, so this race really starting to peter out. I want to have a look at a man called Warren Haig at the moment, because he's right behind Ashbest.
Yeah, Aaron, Warren Haig pitted 4 laps to go for a set, so I think Warren Haig will be going for 2 stop, but he'll be wanting to put his mark down. He wants to, you know, say, I'm the man around this circuit this evening.
Well, you know, he did start in third, disconnected, so he's arguably a little bit annoyed. But, you know, if any man can do it, it's Warren Haig. As he breathes down the neck of Ashbest Show, having a look down the inside, it's almost like Hayes hunting down his prey. He's been waiting for this moment for 8 years. You know, what can he do? Warren Hayes bashing in Ashbest, looking to make a mockery of one of PSGL's young top talents. They're struggling through Oruge, and Warren Hay can literally feel his prey. He's like an eagle ready to strike here. Big C, but no, it's not going to be the case. Is he going to go down the inside? Oh, thinks better of it.
No, Aaron, I think the Red Bull doesn't have the power, so yeah, Ashbest lives to fight another day. Warren Hay coming on 20% of the years, Ashbest coming on 44%. But yeah, Warren Hay will be looking to get a bit of airtime with a, he was looking for a podium this evening, but I think it's going to be points or a point.
Yeah, long way to go, but it's the closest on-track battle. Will stay with it, but this race really starting to peter out, and you just got to feel for people like Jolion and Manu.
No, and I don't feel for people who make mistakes. So yeah, a quick rundown. Ugi Zim and Flying Frame have still yet to stop, so they'll be moving on to the soft rides. Will all be the likes of AMK and Dano. So AMK will have the net lead of the Belgian Grand Prix if our calculations are correct when the guys pit. So yeah, it's Flying Frame and Ugi Azim. So Ugi Azim follows Flying Frame into the pit, and they're looking for a bit of the yellow mark soft tyres. A nice late braking pit stop there from Ugi Azim, Aaron.
Yeah, so this will be quite interesting. I can't remember who finished ahead in the constructors. I think it was Toro Rosso in 2017, so Ugi Azim may get the jump here on Flying Frame. Much braver down the pit limiter, and unsafe release perhaps from the Haas team. Now it'll be interesting where they come out relative to the opposition. Ashbest pitted early. I don't think he'll be anywhere close, but yeah, Ugi will have a run. Big C and somebody else is in the party. Dano's done the undercut on him as well.
He has indeed, but I think it'll be mincemeat. The Ferrari car with the soft tyres, but don't do elliptical blocks, don't back us such a foolish shower in front of all these viewers and Flume in here. Ugi Azim does have the experience and quality, more importantly, not to make these sorts of rookie mistakes.
Yeah, it's all looking hunky-dory. I do want to have a look at Haig behind. I think Haig's making a move. Big C, he is he? Oh, it's side by side. No, not quite. We'll go back on board this frame. Struggling to warm those tyres up. Haig. Big C.
Yeah, Haig. He looks up for it. Haig wants it, but he can't get it. So yeah, Ash maintains position, but yeah, when you can see Ugi Azim and Frame was struggling to warm the tyres up as Kingdom Martin cheating. 5 seconds stop no penalty for Kingdom Martin. Perhaps he should be 33 seconds off the lead in a Footworks Ferrari around Spa. Embarrassing performance.
Yeah, but fair play for someone like JP Greenwood sticking it out there. There are yellow flags.
Yeah, I think Kingdom Martin listened to my words and decided to stop the car and call it a day.
Awful. It's a shame.
It is a shame. Or perhaps Kingdom Martin wants a battle with JP Greenwood, because JP is catching Martin. That's going to duel it out for P13.
And Big C, both of these drivers have gone for the yellow tyres as well. Flying Frame and Ugi, whilst Ashbest behind on the set of mediums. He's closing into the back of them, so this could be quite interesting here.
It could be quite interesting, Aaron. Yeah, it could be indeed. Obviously the soft tyres, you need to make the most of them quickly, but obviously these medium tyres like MK and Dano have hot tyres, they've warm tyres, sticky tyres, so they'll be working nicely. Yeah,
and further behind, Warren Haig may be looking at Ashbest, but at the moment I think Ugi Azim much more confident up through Eau Rouge. Surely he's going to make a move here on Flying Frame. Flying Frame has to go defensive. This could be for a podium position. Ugi Azim, can he be stronger on the brakes around the outside? Brakes a little bit later, does he? Yes, leaves plenty of space. A lot of respect. Contact. Oh, yeah. Love it. Big C.
Yeah, it's a shame the throw, but it did look a little bit decent. But I'm afraid when you're battling Ugi Azim, you need to give each other lots of room because, yeah. But Aaron, let's talk about Flying Frame. You are friends with him, and it's just another shot in the arm.
Yeah,
more
I feel
wounds,
sorry for
more
him.
Salt in the wounds.
Yeah, more salt in the wounds for both Flying Frame and Tom AJ. They're both having miserable races at the moment. It's just a shame to see my friends from F2 struggling. Even Jolion and Manu struggling. Fraggle pulls out. JP Greenwood will move up into 12th, so carrying on, isn't he? But Big C, it's just a shame, isn't it?
And it is a big shame. I mean, it wasn't Frome's mistake, but I think Ugi Azim, desync is one thing, but when your connection, you're not in the UK, I'm afraid desync is just a little bit worse when battling other cars. When I F1 2016, desync didn't exist. There was still a little bit on time on occasions with Ugi Azim. It's not his fault, but I think that's just a consequence, and perhaps he needs to be held to account.
I agree, Big C. If that was happening in F2, and one of the drivers they'd be ousted out. As Bugatti pits, I've got a sneeze.
Yeah. That's no worries then, but we'll have a little run. AMS still leads the Grand Prix ahead of Kofi, yet to pit, but AMK has the lead, the net lead of the Belgian Grand Prix ahead of Dano and Ugi Azim. So it's AMK, Dano and Ugi, your podium, with Ashfest who's a second behind, doing an amazing job in this draggy mechanic, because that's no power. He has no straight line speed, it has a shit chassis as well, as there's a 10 seconds off battery, and it's Tom AJ who is out again, and another poor performance for one of F2's finest. So Tom AJ out there and JP Greenwood up to P11.
Yeah, he needs one more position for a point, but I just don't know which one of these guys are going to drop out. I think Ugi Azim could be quite susceptible. Look at the way the car's jittering around the circuit.
Yeah, it just doesn't look right.
No, and the guy hasn't looked right for a few years. You know, that's all I can say. It's just disappointing, but today he's having a strong night of potential for a podium, and he just needs to stay out of it now, avoid any incidents, and take what he can. Ugi Azim, a man who's going through such a tough rut at the moment, breathing down the neck of Dano.
Yeah, Ugi Azim coming on for his worst of the season in the F1 League, only on 14 World Championship points. So yeah, Dano will be the next. But here in AMK, I think he's a very talented young man, involved in a lot of incidents in F2, but I think the pace, the raw speed, he's got a lot of potential as AMK.
He does. We do like him, can at times get over emotional, but that's what you like from drivers. People have got passion, commitment, desire, and Ugi Azim getting a bit of desire here this evening. The man said he was feeling a bit promiscuous tonight as Nelly Furtado, the special guest, looks on here tonight. Big C.
Yeah, Ugi Azim, some may call him a bit of a man-eater or even a driver-eater this evening. How we collided with Brian Throne, but yeah, Ugi Azim will be looking to make a move on the road. I think the Toronto does have a little more strength on speed, but yeah, Dano, he's an FP veteran. He knows what FP is all about.
Yeah, tightest on-track battle. I don't think that Honda's got enough power. If Dano has a moment up for O'Rouge, which he does, it will provide Ugi Azim with an opportunity for an overtaking move. But Dano is no mug. Ugi Azim coming at 200 miles an hour, and Jack Tyler's out. Big C.
I didn't see, but it's Ugi Azim.
Oh, pushes him out of the way. Look at that car lagging around the race circuit. Moves up into fourth. Fantastic from the Rawalpindi Express. But Warren Haig further behind, having a little look at Ashfest.
Yeah, I think Tyler lost it in the first one, as Warren Haig has a bit of oversteer as well, struggling with the tyres, now putting 9 laps on those soft tyres.
Yeah, what a shame. And Tom J, I'm just so sad that he's out of the race. I have a huge respect for Tom, and things just aren't going right. We all have these seasons, but sometimes you've got to find a way to get out of those types of seasons, as you did. Last season, you just found a way to just get a couple of results, even if it's a dirty fourth. You managed to get it.
Yeah, Aaron, you just got to keep fighting, keep believing in yourself. A bit like what JP's doing, up to P10. He's been in the wars. He's considered retirement. He's been crashing into people in most races, but Aaron, he's on for a championship point. Yeah,
if I was him now, I'll take it very easy. I might even press the pause button, let the AR drive it for me. Ensure safety. He's 36 seconds off the lead, but JP Greenwood enjoying himself out there. It's good to see, he's having a few sliding moments, but keeping it together. Warren Haig now, surely this is the lap where he has a go at Ashfest. It all does come down to the exit at Eau Rouge now.
It is, and it's so. I think Eau Rouge and Radion is a challenge in these vehicles with the curbs, just have a ride height, and the suspension of this game is now set up. So yeah, it will be a challenge. Obviously on the pad it's a bit harder to just get the accuracy which Ashfest has on a wheel. But I think Warren Haig's negotiated that beautifully.
He's out of the Ersdale, I reckon he's going to be out of power. Surely Warren Haig will not want to spend another lap behind Ashfest here. Surely as he tries to go around the outside, he cannot generate enough grip. His tyres will not go to the end for Haig. He will have to make a pit stop, and that will mean he will come back out in 9th. So now's the time for Haig if he wants to go in.
Yeah, I agree, and perhaps he wants to set up those Red Mox Super Softs for the final stint, but yeah, I agree. I think he's going to probably pit at the end of this up, so I can go probably Bugatti or maybe even flying for him later on.
Yeah, I'd go for the yellows if I was Haig. It gives him an opportunity to attack drivers, further behind. because he's only losing time behind Ash Best. But in a way, you know, the DRS may be pulling him along.
Yeah, here as JP's stopped for a new set of tyres. I think it's a set of soft tyres for JP Greenwood.
Yeah.
It is indeed a fresh set of boots.
Yeah, those tyres will be cold, so I'm just going to keep an eye on him as we go up Eau Rouge, because I do have a funny feeling that the car could be slightly touchy. JP Greenwood, look at that, trying to generate a bit of tyre growth as he goes up Eau Rouge. He wants his first championship point in FP, and look at that little slide, keeps it together. Oh, sweet as you like. But Warren Haig now, Big C, pressurising Ash Best, goes around the outside. Will he go into the pits here, Haig, this lap? No, he wants to make a move on Ash Best, and this is his moment, isn't it, Big C? Surely.
Yeah, it is indeed here, and as Ash Best is struggling with the rear of that car, as Warren Haig looks to make a move, and goes, according to Mr. Computer, the crash between Uki Azim and Firm's desync, according to the experienced veteran who's watching on.
Yeah, well, it's always decent. Uki Azim, it always will be. Warren Haig once again out of energy, out of power. I just don't think Haig's saving enough, is he?
No, I think he just needs to have a lap, save it all, just get the juices. He does have a day or two to save up the hairs and go. Go.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Big C, as we go back on board here with Warren Haig, one of the most experienced drivers on the grid here tonight, decorating himself. Well, sorry, Big C, Dano, Oogie, what's happened?
I was going to say the same as Golden when I leave the session, but yeah, Oogie, I don't know what's happens to Oogie Azima, and he's going very slowly.
Yeah, diseased driver.
Won't go that far, but yeah, Ash Best is smelling his I think Warren Haig just has to box for a set of boots. Surely he's going to try and go to the end.
I'd hope not. But Oogie Azim's struggling, so this will provide an opportunity for Ash Best, whose tyres, you know, maybe slightly older, but Oogie Azim's tyres will only start going off, and Ash Best will only start getting into their element. So if Ash can slip an opportunity at
Warren Haig! Warren Haig is a bender. Disgusting driving in the final part up onto. It was out of Stavelot here, and it was out of Stavelot, the sticky bit.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. AMS pits, as does Sophie. Shall we see where they both emerge?
Yeah, and I'm keeping an eye on the pit stop, so easy the sticky run up at AMK here, and looks well in control of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, he does. I'm just surprised by the number of retirees we have this season. JP Greenwood will move up into the 9th, a blessing in disguise for him. Sophie and AMS will rejoin in 6th and 7th respectively, so yeah, sweet as you like. So AMS could put a little bit of pressure on Flying Frankie. But Oogie Azim,
yeah, he could indeed. Oogie Azim, I don't think he's got the I think that's you have to fight, live to fight another day there. So here in AMS will be looking to perhaps get 5th, 5th in a Williams. It does a lot of good for his championship hopes. The likes of CC, Brain and Abiud absent.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else you can do to make the championship battle a little more exciting. I think AMS, Williams until the rest of the season.
Yeah, perhaps here, and perhaps the box wants to spectate and see what's going on. But here in 9 drivers, JP Greenwood is on for 2 World Championship points.
Yeah, that's good for him. Good for him. But you know, while we're going for a quiet spell, I know Oogie's going to start battling with Dano. If viewers have got any questions in the chat for myself or Big C, please send them in, and we will try and answer as many as we possibly can. You know, we don't often get much time to talk to our viewers during the stream, Big C, because there's always action in FP. But now is the time. If you've got any burning questions, you know, something you're itching to ask us, let us know. We are the league directors here in PSGL. We can ban you off the site if we want to. But here we go. Ash Best. Sorry, it's Oogie Azim hunting down Dano here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the yellow flags are for. I'm looking through all the cars, but there's no issues.
Yeah, issues. Drivers create their own issues, and Oogie Azim here hunting down Dano. So no questions so far, I believe. Hang on, we have got one.
We'll just keep on board with Oogie Azim, and I think we need to see what Oogie Azim can do out this Eau Rouge rally on first before we look at Josh Roberts' wonderful question. So yeah, Oogie Azim up into the overtake mode. We'll be looking to make move down into the com. He just set the fastest off the Grand Prix. The Honda power as Dano goes defensive into the com. Will Oogie Azim go around the outside? He breaks late, but Dano late as you like. Runs slightly wide, cuts him off, hovers over the air. It's Oogie Azim wide there and very naive. I thought they'd move in.
Yeah, one of the most naive things I've ever seen in league racing. But you know, he'll have another go. Ash Best doing a fantastic job in fourth. One of my drivers of the day. I think AMK's done a stupendous job here. But Ash Best, phenomenal as well. And we'll just. I'm going to look at Ash Best. Look at him. Doing a good job.
I think while you look at Ash Best, I can read out the question from Josh Roberts, one of the legends of the site. Do you think AMS has been fair with the allocations?
No, I don't think he has. I think he should have been in the Williams for Hungary.
Yeah, and I think it's a very difficult job, but I think Abiodun, Ash Best, and others have been in the Williams around tracks which are a lot more difficult for them. I mean, to be fair, if there's any track on our calendar which you want the Williams in, it is Spa, so it's hardly a negative. Lickle was fighting for the victory in it, so I think it's something to look at. Perhaps the league directors need more involvement in the allocations moving forward.
Yeah, and we've got another question here from Stephen. We cannot move your title challenges into F4 because we've reached a point in the season where we will not be moving drivers from league to league until next season.
Yeah, and this is a question from Flush again. Lordy, we'll get you involved. Who is your personal favourite driver or drivers in PSGL? Yeah, who are you a fan of? Who do you want to see do well? Who do you like?
Oh, I like a lot of people.
Being honest with you,
I don't think they're asking you the question, love. Go on.
People's opinions.
Go on, Lordy.
Well,
hang on, sorry, there's a move here. Ugi Azim on Dano.
Yeah.
Oh, there's contact! Oh dear. Ugi Azim lagging his way around the circuit. Go on, Lordy, who's your favourite?
I'll make it quick. Obviously, you guys have known you for ages, so it's always nice to see the old friends do well. Obviously, Joel as well. Even Josh would be nice. I think we've patched up a lot of issues we've had in the past. Louis, Keep Your Beast, Cherry 2 Pie, obviously, when he comes back. Or if he finds him seat in F2, I can't remember which he's decided on. But Simo was surprising in F4. He was a really nice guy. I had a nice chat with him. Germany. No. He's always a very pleasant guy, quite down to earth, so always like to see him do well, but he's having a bit of a rotten luck.
Well, he finished fourth and things will improve, Big C. You want to show your list?
But let's go delve deeper into the question. In terms of driving style, who do you enjoy race? Who do you get excited by?
Oh, I mean, if I'm out there on circuit, I'm excited to battle people like Flying Frome, who I know is going to give me a good tussle. Someone who I can enjoy a race-long battle with. Powdy, Game Freak, are very fair drivers. In recent seasons, I've made love to them on the circuit, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Well, yeah, that's a great way of putting it. Ugi's probably behind Dano, and I think there's no one I enjoy too much. But I think like the Lickle Blocks, especially, I enjoy. I'm not that type of driver, but I think the aggression. It's calm aggression from Lickle Blocks. We've matured a lot since I've known him, so I think Lickle Blocks to actually watch is, it's a class act in terms of auto racing nowadays.
No, I understand, and we're just going to see if there's any more other questions. Tyler's asking if he was on the win. I think he was. Is there any other question, Big Sig?
Yeah, Jack Tyler, who's been the most improved driver from F1 2017 last season?
From F1 2017 improvements?
Yeah, who's made the most improvement?
It's hard to judge who's improved the most. I think a lot of people have stayed quite similar. Jack Tyler's got better in terms of outright speed, but in terms of consistency and cutting out the mistakes, he's lacking slightly, but he's getting there. It's improving a little bit, but Big C, I don't know who else has really improved. I think Game Freak has done reasonably well in FP, but F4, but I don't know if anybody really jumps out at me at the moment. Lickle Blocks, actually, I think.
I think maybe not in terms of speed, but I think his overall maturity as a driver, his will to racing, his calmness. I think Lickle Blocks is certainly mentally and with his approaches improved. Like Aaron JP Greenwood is now ahead of Bugatti, is he? Yeah, Aaron JP's ahead. P8 for JP, Bugatti P9 on the set of supers.
Well, this could get quite exciting. Good Bugatti.
Boogie.
Oh, fuck.
Ugi around the outside at the bus stop chicane. And no, he cannot make the move to Dano. Struggling a little bit on those medium bars, but yeah, AMK looks to have this done and dusted. And good evening to Leon Bentley, aka Bad Boy, currently struggling here in the F1 league.
Yeah, well, I can't wait for him to join F2 next season. You know, things carry on. You know, 0 points after 8 races. You know, the man's struggling. You know, is it a psychological issue for him? But you know, we do welcome him here this evening, and we do hope his form picks up as Oogie Azim breathes down the neck here at Dano Big C.
He does indeed, as Bugatti's just made light work of JPS. Dano goes defensive into the com. Oogie Azim has to be aware of the desync, but yeah, breaks late. Dano once again covers the apex and Oogie Azim. There's no way through. You shall not pass, shouts Dano through the cockpit, and Oogie Azim remains in P3.
Yeah, and I wonder if Dano might end up backing Oogie up into Ashbest, because Ashbest could be sniffing a podium towards the end of this one. Obviously, we don't know what the penalty situations look like, but I don't think anybody's really got one.
No, I don't believe anyone. Well, there's been a couple of pop-up from some of the guys with DNF, but I've not seen the big guns, the likes of MK down. I mean, Oogie Azim especially just doesn't get time penalties.
No. Well, we'll see what happens with 3 laps to go.
Yeah, we will indeed. And a couple of points there quietly. A good performance from Ashbest today from Gaming Ali Mundot, which I obviously agree with. So yeah, obviously the guys space out lead 9 finishes, which could be a trend, especially in the lower divisions here. And you know, the lower division, the guys just have the car control and the ability to tackle like the road, and there's a bit of a less grip, a few variables.
Yeah, but you know, in this industry, Big C drivers have to learn quick before they're weeded out. So you know, gotta make your mark. And you know, Leon Bentley, a man who certainly hasn't made his mark so far this season, as he looks for battles on the grid, battles with himself, Big C more like. But Oogie Azim here having a fiery battle here with Dano. Dano born in the year of 94, Oogie Azim even much older, in the 30s already, Big C.
He is indeed, but Dano needs to defend hard, but I think Dano's been very smart with how he's defending this one. He knows Oogie Azim, you know, he's not the bravest, but perhaps he'll have to be the darest into Lecom. Once again, Oogie Azim round the outside turns in. I think he's got the high ground, and he's got the move run, and Dano looks to be down to P3, but I think he'll go for it if he can make a move down to Brussels.
Oh, tight as you like. Oogie Azim breaks later. Dano's going to have to put the foot down here. Pump it down, he does. Oh, this could get quite tasty around the outside, Big C. Oh, phenomenal wheel-to-wheel racing here. What can Oogie Azim do? He cannot respond. That is a phenomenal overtake there from Dano, and Ashbest is going to join the party here. So Oogie Azim's going to be vulnerable now because Ashbest is right behind.
Yeah, I agree, Aaron. It's been a great battle, I'm afraid. Eric Bootin says, holy fuck, shitballs, F1 is faster than it is. It is the pinnacle of motorsport, and PSGL loves it. So yeah, Ashbest is now in the mix. A few tenths separating Dano, Oogie Azim and Ashbest. Ashbest obviously the slowest car in the straight line in the McLaren Renault.
He needs to do it now, Big C. He needs to do it very shortly because he's not going to get an opportunity like this again. Surely, something's going to have to happen down to the chicane. I don't know who's going to do it. It's Oogie. Oh, Ashbest's going to go down for it. Something's going to happen. Oh, something's going to happen. Oh no, Ashbest had to get it. He did not need that, did he, Big C?
No, he did not indeed, but interesting enough, Dano used too much hours in the last sector, so Oogie Azim will be in the prime position. But here, flying from as close rivals. Oogie Azim down the inside at the source, but Dano gets the cutback. Contact surely on the run down. He's got the run down to Rouge, a bit of front wing here. I saw a little bit of front wing there.
Yeah, Dano will probably have a go, won't he, side by side. He's going to have DRS here. I don't know who's lost the end plate, but oh god, this is one tasty battle. Ashbest looking to maybe pick his way. It's going to be 3 in the bed here, Big C. Take us through this.
Yeah, can Ashbest make the move? Mika Hakkinen style down the inside. Look, it's Ashbest down the inside of 2 drivers. Sure, not Oogie Azim breaks later, but where's Dano in all this? He's being mugged right off. He's down to P4. Ashbest on the fight. He's showing why he's one of the best drivers in the last couple of years. And Ashbest down this side, Frome on Dano as well, Aaron.
Sorry, it's mental. It's mental here, Big C. Frome gets another overtake, but Ashbest, he'll take that podium and run. He's got to take that podium and run. One more lap remaining. And Jesus, what is happening out here?
Yeah, so a shock off from Dano there, struggling on those 15-lap old medium tyres. MK looks to have his Grand Prix in the bag, but the battle between second, third and fourth is just hotting up. I think Flying Throne's pace has shown that he could have fought MK for the win had it not been for their collision with Oogie Azim into Lecom.
Yeah, it's mental. Flying Flame will want to try and get onto the podium, but Ash Best here, Big C. He's gone up to hot lap mode. He's just got enough ERS remaining here. Could he launch one final assault here for P2? Oogie Azim currently has a podium. Down on his luck. He needs this podium desperately. Ash Best wants to make a name for himself. Not going his way in PSGL F1. What will he do? He's going to be having a look down the straight, but Flying Frome, another struggling man. FP and League are strugglers. People struggling with their day-to-day lives. What's going to happen here?
No, I don't know, but we are on the final lap of this Belgian Grand Prix. It has flown by. It will be AMK looking to take a little battle between second, third and fourth. Uki is in Ash Best and Froome will go down to the final club, but the ERS. Flying Froome has 40% and he has the superior power unit. So Ash Best surely will derate down the straight, but Uki Azim runs slightly wide there as well.
Yeah, I don't think Ash Best is going to be close enough to Oogie Azim. It will come down to the bus-stop chicane most likely unless Oogie goes out of sorts here. But we'll stay on board with this battle because I think Flying Frome using that grip to his advantage, nurturing his car here probably for that final run. So Ash Best has got to think, does he take the podium or does he have an attack for second place? You know, no driver wants to just give up and let other drivers get away with it. There are yellow flags. Big C. AMS has been passed by Sophie.
He has indeed, but Aaron Abukati's fucked up, so he looks to be out in 8th place. Back JP can pick up the pieces there. But I think Ash Best will be under threat from Flying Frome. His track extending like he tends to do all the time, cheating the old fox. Flying Frome in the half. Gunter Steiner looks on as we approach the final moments of this Belgian Grand Prix, Aaron.
Yeah, I think AMK, if he hasn't got a penalty, he needs to slow it down because I do want to watch the end of this Ash Best battle. I don't want to go to the race winner. You know, I'm going to have to stay with this, Big C. This is where the excitement's at.
It isn't, but I believe MK has a 3-second time limit, and Oogie does have a penalty, so Oogie needs to take the 6 tenths of a second up last sector. It's not happening unless MK bottles it.
Flying Frome here.
Another attempt.
He's going to go for it around the outside of Ash Best here for P2. Ash Best breaks late and no, he can't get it done. AMK is going to cross the line and he wins here at Belgium in Formula Performance, and Oogie takes third. Ash Best a phenomenal podium in third place. Fantastic. Flying Frome fourth. Sorry, I meant Oogie finished second. What a race. And Sophie takes sixth ahead of AMS, who finishes seventh, the championship leader. And Bugatti and JP having one last ding dong here, Big C. 8 for 9.
Yeah, they are. They're fighting it out. JP does what JP does. Get a little bit. He likes a bit of contact with JP. He likes the feel of another car, and look, JP moves in the grid. I think you guys, his tyres look off. They look done and dusty. They look mouldy.
Oh!
And he's off the circuit.
Oh my goodness. He looks dangerous.
He does indeed, and I think JP's just taught him a lesson there. That's how you get moves on. That's how you get World Championship points in the Formula 1. JP has taught Bugatti a lesson this evening.
Yeah, and just a word on JP. Tough times, but he's gone through it all. And he's getting himself out through the bitter end of that tunnel, and he's going to come home with 3 championship points. Surely deserves an interview here tonight, Big C. You know, we do want to get the thoughts.
Who are we talking about?
JP. We do love him.
Aaron, it's up to you. I don't share the same warmth towards JP, but
Bugatti's out.
I know a lot of people do.
I do. I certainly love myself a bit of JP. Greenwood is like taking, you know, a dosage of medicine to make you feel better. And what JP Greenwood coming around the final corner, the bus stop chicane to take what is a fantastic 8th place, 3 points in the bag, his first points of the season, turned up to every race. And JP Greenwood, well done to you.
Agreed. Congratulations on Aaron. The podium finishers: AMK, Oogie Azim and Ash Best.
Yeah, lovely.
So, the trophy presentation, Nate Furtado along there with the Fanis also awarding the trophies. So yeah, a great performance in the race here at Spa-Francorchamps to start the final run-in, the final 4 races of the season as the fog descends on the Arden Forest.
Thank you.
So AMK taking the victory for Sauber. Fred Vasseur sees one of his cars make the finish against Julian Manu. That's one of the worst performances I've seen in his 7.5-year league racing career, with Oogie Azim 6 tenths off in second, Ash Best third for Lithuania in the McLaren Renault, Flying Frome fourth ahead of Dano and Sophie. The championship leader could only make his 7th in the Williams, and of JP Green with a star performance for Cameroon in 8th. Bugatti also scores points considering he completed over 90% of the race, but even look at all those teams, that's all that experience, all that quality. A lot of and this is what a circuit like Spa can do, Aaron.
It can do, and I'm just going to invite the people in. I forgot I'm the party host, so pardon me. Right, who is flying frame, isn't it? Oogie Hazim. I ain't got space for everyone. No, I'm sure he'll leave voluntarily. I'll invite Ash.
I thought it was one of the standout drivers, considering she had contact early in the race.
I do want to hear from JP Greenwood. I do.
You gotta have manners.
Well, we've invited the podium finishers, I believe. I think I have anyway.
Yep. So thank you, Mark, for the nice, kind words. But yeah, it was another exciting performance Grand Prix. This is what I love on a Tuesday night more than anything.
Exactly, it's what makes a Tuesday nights. It's what you live for. It's what you breathe for. As drivers flood in for the podium interviews here to share their thoughts after what was an enthralling Grand Prix, just waiting to get another driver in. I believe, I don't know who it is. I think we've got them all. So, Big C, you want to start with the race winner?
Yeah, so AMK, I think, to be fair, we didn't really focus you too much in that first stint, but you went for an early stop, you stayed out of trouble, and, you took quite a comfortable win in the end. Obviously, it was 6 tenths, but you looked very comfortable out there for you. Take us through your race.
The only reason I pitted on lap 4 is because I actually wanted to listen to J4 change and it managed to pay off. But besides that, as soon as I came out behind Lico, I knew his tires wouldn't be warmed up, so I had to watch out for him to see something happen, and something did in the end. But besides that, I was just trying to keep the gap to Iggy because I knew he didn't have a penalty at the end of the race. So I was hoping him and Daniel would constantly keep fighting, and that's what they did.
Kieran?
Well, it's great to see you win here. You're struggling in F2, you're having a downtime, you're not enjoying the atmosphere, but you can chill out here in FP and enjoy some good quality racing, and you've definitely enjoyed tonight. So well done on your victory. But can you just describe very quickly, emotionally, how you feel after this victory tonight?
I'm happy because it's actually my first win in PSGL, like after 2018. So.
Oh, it's your first win in PSGL?
Not PSGL, in FP actually.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah, lovely stuff. So thanks, MK. Well done on your victory once again. And it's Oogie Azim with a stunning P2. 6 tenths of a second from the win, Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, Oogie, you've struggled so much, recently, and today must be a day where you can breathe a sigh of relief, after the disappointing races of, the previous rounds. Today you can really celebrate here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Just describe what this means for you and for, your nation.
Proud day for the nation and proud day for me. Well, it was... The heartbeat still racing a bit. That was quite an intense battle and I loved every second of it. Hard luck to Dino at the end, but had to try all sorts of tricks to get past him, and it was fun at the end. Ash sort of played wingman at the end. I think that sort of helped as well. But very close. I had a controller disconnect in the middle and went straight in Rivage. Lost me 3.5 seconds when I was almost up to AMK in the first, my first try. But congrats to AMK, I guess, and well done on the first FP win.
Well done, Oogie. Big C, any questions?
Yeah, Oogie, can you talk us through the collision with Flying Through? We had a few sources that was desync, but how was it from your POV?
It was. We had clear space between us and he spun again, so there was some desync, and we were in the same party, so he also knew there was distance between us, so it was clear cut.
I don't think he spun.
But obviously, you obviously race in Pakistan. Obviously, PSGL is very inclusive to the whole world. But you accept that sometimes your connection sometimes is a factor. Because obviously, UK sort of drivers, these things doesn't tend to be as bad. Let's say.
Yeah, this game I think is bringing it out more. Up until last game, it wasn't that big an issue, but yeah, those little niggles. Sometimes I get them. Like in France, I think Cliffy hit. I thought Cliffy hit me from behind. He thought I was just sideways in front of him, but it was weird that way. So you gotta just take, I guess, build in a margin when you overtake now.
Yep. Okay, thank you, Hugo, for your thoughts, and thank you for running the league so well. So yeah, and third is Ash Best.
Yeah, one of our drivers of today, really. From where he started with what he's driving. I thought it was a very calculated drive, no silly manoeuvres. I mean, it just shows the change in racecraft, the change in mentality, maturing into a fine race from the PSGL site, and it's what we like to see. And credit his achievements tonight. Ash, just describe what this podium means to you.
I mean, I've always loved Belgium. It's been an amazing track for me in the past, and yeah, as you can see, I got P3 and a McLaren, which I really struggle with to keep up in a straight line, and I managed to make some overtakes, but I just had to really pull them through the corners. So yeah, I mean, it means a lot really to see that I have pace still, and that all my maneuvers were clean, especially where that was a good sign for me heading into the future for my standards really.
No, well, thank you. Go on, Biggs.
Yeah, thank you, Ash Best. It's always good to see my teammate performing a bit better than the shambles which has been the last few weeks. So yeah, on to P4, which everyone is flying from.
Frome, a man rumoured to retire from the F2 league, nearly walked out last night, retired mid-race, left in frustration, things just aren't going right for you in PSGL. You've won the PSGL GT title, but in the F1 leagues, it's just not going right. But tonight, despite the adversity of Ugi Azim's desync, you've managed to come home, in fourth, and you must be delighted with the racing you had out there tonight, and this must restore some belief for you going forward.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so much fun in FP. You can, everyone's a bit more relaxed, and it's we're having a good race, but I definitely think it was decent. I think, like Ugi said, we were in a party together, and I think we left each other a lot of space, but yeah, car just weirdly went round anyway. So, but yeah, it's still not a bad result. Nearly got onto the back of Ash, but just a lot too late, really.
Big C, any questions?
No, I think we've got to move on to JP. I think it's JP left, isn't it? A stunning drive to get those 3 championship points.
Oh, I'm going to change my driver today. Man who's gone through a lot, recently, rumours here, rumours there, DNFs here, DNFs there. But today he's come through it at one of the most legendary circuits of them all. JP Greenwood coming home in 8th, first points of the season, JP, you must be relieved.
Yeah, it does feel like a weight lifted off my shoulders a bit. It's a bit of a boring race from my point of view, to be honest. I had a great battle with Fag on lap 1, but I thought his driving was a little bit dodgy at times, but it was okay in the end. And yeah, I did have some contact with Sofa on the beginning of lap 2, and unfortunately I spun around a little bit, and I lost my wing as well. So yeah, I had to pit, and I was obviously away behind at that point. So yeah, just drove the car home from then on.
Yeah, and Big C, you got any quick questions for JP?
Yeah, JP, I mean, obviously, usually, I think earlier in the season, you were keeping yourself quite to yourself, keeping it clean, not too many incidents, but I have to say, as of late, you seem to be in the wars with a lot of drivers, you got any comments on that? You're going to change your approach slightly, or is it going to a run of bad luck, perhaps?
I think some of the criticism has been unfair, to be honest. I think obviously the F6 race on Saturday, that was totally my fault, and I got to hold my hands up to that one. But as far as FP is going, I think I haven't done too much wrong, to be honest. I keep getting threatened by people stewards, but I never see my name in there. And obviously, you're steward, Big C. I don't think I've ever been reported since you've been a steward.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so until I actually get put in the steward's office and get some sort of penalty, then why should I change?
Yeah, and I think on that note, Aaron, it's a great way to end. Define JP. So yeah, thank you, JP, for your words.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in, and hopefully we'll see you next time out at the Singapore Grand Prix with Big C and also special guest commentator Ball with No Face, aka Josh Roberts. Thank you and goodbye.